What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. So in today's video, we're going to be doing our review for Mafia the Old Country. I haven't done a review in a while, so I figured I'd go ahead and do a review on this game. I just beat it a couple days ago. So if you're new to my reviews, how I normally do them is we give the game summary, which is pretty much what the game is about. Then I have my likes and dislikes list. I also have a neutral list this time. And then we're gonna finish it off with the final verdict and the rating for what I would rate the game. If you're wondering what my neutral list means, it's pretty much something that I like and dislike about something together. So essentially it's not going into the like or dislike. That's why it's in neutral. So it'd be like, I say the driving, I like this about the driving, but then I also didn't like this about the driving. So that's normally what I would have in the neutral list. I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, please give the video a thumbs up, and without further ado, let's get started. Mafia the Old Country is a third-person, linear, narrative-driven game set in Sicily during the early 1900s in and around the fictional town of San Celeste. It explores the origins of the Sicilian Mafia. The story follows Enzo Ferrera, who grows up as a child laborer in Sicily's sulfur mines and eventually joins Don Bernardo Teresi, head of the Teresi family, after certain events occur. The game is relatively short, taking me about 11 hours to complete. On average, it's said that the game is roughly around 13 hours with 14 chapters in the game, and they all run around like 40 to 50 minutes long each chapter. Alright, so we're gonna start off with the neutral list. I don't always have this list, but for this game I do, and normally my neutral list only have like one or two things in it. So the first one is going to be boss fights. The boss fights are enjoyable at first, each one introducing new attack patterns and combos as you progress, meaning the more bosses you fight throughout the game, the more you'll start noticing they're starting to use combos with the unblockables, or they're starting to use regular and unblockable attacks in the same like sequence, or they'll start to attack rapidly. Like they'll start to really try to combo it up to really like get you and try to trick you. There's times where some of the bosses will even fake an attack to make you try to like parry and then try to get you. On your side of things, you have parrying and countering the boss that way. Then you can dodge unblockable attacks and you can counter the boss that way. And sometimes if you dodge at the right moment, it'll have like a slowdown effect for you to be able to do a counter on the boss. You can also guard break the boss too, because the bosses do block, and if you try to do a regular attack on a boss while they're blocking, they'll just parry you. Along with your regular two slashing attacks where you do like a stab attack, or you can just do a regular swing attack. However, over time it does start to feel a little repetitive. It starts to feel like you're just swinging to a point where you're waiting for a cutscene to happen, because during the fights you'll get them down to halfway and then a cutscene will happen. They'll get into a little scuffle or whatever, and then you'll go back to fighting them how you were just fighting them and get them down all the way, and then another cutscene will happen. You're essentially just waiting for a cutscene to happen every single fight. And then on top of that, sometimes it doesn't even matter if you win or lose, the same outcome's gonna happen. You won't just die, or just the cutscene will just proceed with the story and then continue. Other times too, the swings from your character, even sometimes from the bosses, but I say more for your character, they don't feel as impactful when you're like cutting the boss or like attacking the boss. I feel like you're just tickling the boss, and just like I said, you're slowly getting the health bar down. I feel like you're just tickling them each time just till you get to a cutscene. So that's the good and bad part about the boss fights. Like I said, they're enjoyable, but it does start to feel a little repetitive later on. So I did have a second neutral, but it was something really minor. I didn't really feel like it was needed to bring to light, because it wasn't really that big of a deal. It doesn't really hurt the progress of the story or anything like that. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just take it on my list. So let's get into the things that we actually like about the game. First thing first would be voice acting. The voice acting is excellent, fitting the time period and setting perfectly. Every character felt authentic, and there wasn't a single performance that fell flat, in my opinion. I do feel like all the voice actors did a good job, especially the Don Teresi. I liked his voice acting a lot. It really fit his character. So like I said, all around it sounded really good to me, and I really enjoyed that about the game.
Where have you been?
On deliveries. What's the problem?
It's Arnaldo. He's in no state of ride. He's in no state to stand up. Cesare, the imbecile, took our rider as his new drinking partner. I found him still in your house an hour ago.
What can we do? I will not forfeit this race.
I can ride on Teresi.
Luca, why is this farmhand here?
Can he ride?
Doctor on the Spadaros, didn't he?
All right.
Enzo.
Enzo. There'll be a lot of people watching. You ride for San Celeste, but represent our business and my reputation. Can you do that? See. We have a rider. Get him ready.
Now, for narrative-driven games, you always want the story to be good and honestly the best part about the game, and I can say for this game, it's just that I enjoyed the story a lot. The narrative kept me hooked from start to finish. Time skips moved the plot across a couple of years, but each one introduces new developments that kept things fresh. Characters are memorable and well written, avoiding the pitfall of forgotten side characters that plague many story-driven games. I can honestly say, with this game, you're gonna remember a lot of the characters because the side characters are also really in the main quest as well. Like, you're gonna be with them a lot. You're gonna be having shootouts with them a lot, just doing missions with them a lot. Luca and Cesare are the main two that you're gonna be with quite a bit, but then you also gonna be talking to Don Teresi a lot. Isabella is gonna play a crucial part in the story. Tino also plays a annoying part in the story. He was the one that he probably was the one character that I just generally disliked when it came to the story. He was just doing a lot in the story. It was like, man, I'm tired of this guy, but it wasn't in a bad way. Like, it was still in a good way for the story. I already gave a little summary of the story, but after you do join the Teresi family, you will be doing a lot of missions with them. It's not like the kind of thing where you're going to be leveling up in the ranks, but you're basically going to be gaining Don Teresi's trust enough for him to be able to basically be in the family, truly in the family. And if you play the game, you'll see what I'm talking about later on. I'm trying not to really spoil anything. Like I said, you're gonna be doing a lot of missions. It's straight main missions, no side missions. If you want a game that's just very straight to the point, this is your game right here. As far as the graphics and performance goes, I played this on the PS5, base PS5, not no PlayStation Pro. The game looked fantastic and ran smoothly on performance mode. I played that for majority of the game because at first I didn't know I was on quality mode for the first few chapters. I only noticed minor pop-ins. I didn't really have many frame drops. The cutscenes in particular, they shined with lifelike motion capture from the characters. Even their character models looked really good, and a lot of details on their faces. The environments around, they were richly detailed. The whole the game just looked really good in general. As far as the weapons go, I did enjoy my time with the weapons in the game. I felt like the arsenal fits the time period, focusing on semi-auto rifles, pistols, and shotguns. So in this game, you will not find any fully auto SMGs, assault rifle, rocket launchers, light machine guns. You won't see any of that in this game. So if the older weapons aren't your cup of tea, maybe the game is just not for you. But that's the main weapons that you'll find in this game. I would also like to say that at first, I don't know if it's just a me thing, but I feel like you will have to get used to the shooting a little bit when you get into your first few shootouts, because it's probably gonna feel a little weird. On top of that, a lot of the guns have kick to them, so you gotta get used to the kick of the weapon as well. The main weapons I like to use was it was a shotgun, and I think it was one pistol, I forget what it was called. It had a long barrel. I forget what it was called. But the rifle I like to use was the model rifle, which is one of the best weapons in the game, honestly. And you get a lot of the weapons like extremely early too. And sometimes you don't even have to buy the weapon. They just give the weapon to you and tell you just to choose whatever you want to pick, or choose whatever you want to bring. So that was another good thing as well. Along with rifles and guns, you have knives, which add variety, offering special abilities. Like depending on the knife you get, it can have more usage and durability, because if you don't know, the knives have a certain amount of usage, whether that be killing somebody with it, whether that be unlocking a door with it, or opening a chest with it. Once you use that knife for that thing, the usage in the bar goes down, and now you only have like 3 usage or 2 uses left. And then once it becomes 0, you can't use that knife for anything else. And the only time you can use, like the only way to repair it is with a whetstone. For me personally, I didn't really use the knife other than opening doors and crates, but it depends. Like it's up to you depending on your playstyle, how you want to go about it. I did like the fact that they gave different type of abilities and stuff for different play styles for people that want to play a certain way. The stealth in this game is something that I really enjoyed. I'm a stealth person at heart when it comes to any kind of game that adds stealth in it. That's why I like Assassin's Creed so much. I did try at times, well, basically every chance I got, to stealthily make my way through the whole area by just knocking out guards. Of course, sometimes guards would end up seeing me. It didn't always work out, but I would try, and I did like it. I did like the fact that you can either choose between choking somebody out or using your knife to stab the enemies. You can hide bodies in crates so other guards don't see them, and you can loot bodies as well. I personally didn't mind the fact that they have the whole usage thing with the knives, where you can only use it a certain amount of times before you have to repair it with a whetstone, because it encourages either making a decision to kill this guard with it now and end up using a usage that you might need later, or just saving it for later and just using it to open up a door or open up a chest. I mainly just saved it to open up chests because like I didn't see the point in just killing any of the guards anytime I stuck up on them. And honestly, I feel like you get more value out of opening chests with your knife than using it to kill the guard. So yeah, but all around I did enjoy the stealth, and I like that they added it into the game. Now there is a pretty decent amount of customization that you can have in the game for Enzo. You can customize like different outfits that he wears, because he has a lot of outfits. Or you can have different hairstyles, or even have him wear a hat, some facial hair options. As far as the cars go that you can drive, you can customize you can buy paint jobs with different colors, or just the pattern of the car. Even the horse, you can have a different saddle or just a different color of that same saddle. So it has some personal options that you can have for your own experience with the game, for your character, and I did like that they put that into the game. So for those of you that don't know, this game does have passive skills or perks that you can use, and they come in the form of charms, which are medallions and beads. You're always going to have 1 medallion, but you can have up to 4 beads. You'll start off with 1 medallion and 1 bead, and you have to upgrade the whole thing from like silver and to gold. Gold is the highest to have all 4 beads, but like I said, you'll always have that 1 medallion. The medallions are the most effective ones, while the beads are like the minor ones. So a medallion can be like chance to one-shot an enemy when you shoot them, or temporary invulnerable near death. That's the one I actually use quite a bit, because it helped me out like twice when I was looking at my health bar, paying attention. And then you have the beads, like I said, which are the minor ones, where they could help you loot a body faster, or say you take damage but that bar isn't completely depleted, so then it helps fill up, like regenerate your health back way quicker. It can be like little stuff like that. I do like that they have this in the game, because it gives you the option to like personalize your experience with the game even more. You don't have to use these. You can literally go through the game without using these. You don't need these at all, and they don't show them down. They don't tell you to constantly equip these on. So like I said, I do like the option of being able to have these on to help with your experience with the game. So that's why I put this on my list. The audio and music sounded fine throughout the whole game. As far as the music go, it isn't something that's gonna like say win a award. It wasn't something that's like, oh my god, this song is such a banger. But I did feel like a lot of times the music did match everything that was going on in the game, whether it be you in a shootout, in an intense cutscene, or whether you're just driving around or just have soft music playing. It did match what was going on, and I did like that. The audio on the other hand, nothing sounded distorted, nothing sounded like it was out of sync, or like, oh, it got really low for some reason, or the voices were like too high or too low. Everything sounded perfectly fine. So I have to add this into my likes list because I had no problems with the music or the audio at all.
On my land, you want nothing. You tell your boss, the boy is under my protection. And if our truce is dishonored again, I will repay that offense tenfold.
How long have you worked for Don Teresi?
20 years, or thereabouts. I lose track.
What brought you here?
Well, my father farmed cattle up in the hills. Bandits. They came one night. Shot him dead. The Don, he helped me after that.
I'm sorry.
I didn't really encounter any major bugs or glitches, which made for a smooth, uninterrupted playthrough. It's always good when you play a game without any interruptions of a bug that stops you from progressing the story, or a glitch that flings you across the map or something like that. And this game is really polished, so I had to put this on my likes list for sure. Now let's get into what I did not like about the game, and the first thing up is the enemy AI. They aren't really that consistent when it comes to like being smart and hiding behind things like they're supposed to. If you hide long enough, when you're in a shootout, they will literally just come out and walk straight towards you. Sometimes they'll go around and try to get you out your hiding spot, but most of the time they'll just walk straight towards you, or sometimes they won't even hide at all. They'll just literally just come out and just jog straight towards you, allowing you to shoot them. The only guys that really try to stay in their hiding spots or their cover spots are the snipers, and that'll be until like you get close enough to them, and then that's when they'll move and they'll just try to shoot you out in the open. But the larger enemies, the guys with the shotguns, they don't hide at all. They're a little bit bullet spongy. They take like an extra bullet or two to take down, but they don't hide literally at all. They will come out with a shotgun and jog straight to your location without a care in the world. They'll try to protect themselves, nothing. Wait, that was a grenade. I didn't even realize. I thought I had the coin. I thought I had the coin. Oh well. I thought it was on the coin. It wasn't on the coin. It was on the grenade. Fuck it, we here now.
No more waiting. Get him out of there. Ruder, search everywhere.
Oh.
Never get out of here.
Oh, I was wondering where it was at. Yeah, let me go ahead. Nah, pick up again. Appreciate you. Gotcha. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Hold up. Oh. Woo, sit that ass down. Oh, God. Okay. Rare weapons, pump action. There we go. Where that last guy at? There we go. So the AI, they aren't really the brightest. Another thing I did notice too is there are times where if you do leave a body out in stealth and say an enemy notices it, you have to take the enemy out before they get into the animation of investigating the body, because once they get into the animation, they automatically telepathically tell all the enemies in the area, if there are enemies in the area, that you're here. So you legit have to take them out before they even start the animation, because even though you killed them during the animation, they didn't say nothing, somehow they're still able to tell everyone that you're here. I didn't understand that, but it happened to me a couple of times, so yeah. The open map is underwhelming. Outside of collectibles, there's little reason to explore. Travel segments feel lifeless since the world doesn't have much activity unless it's tied to a mission. When I was traveling, at the times where I had a mission, they'd be like, okay, go to this area. Sometimes I would just ride my car down there, because you do have the option to skip straight to that mission, which I do appreciate. But sometimes I just want to drive, and when I'm driving, when nothing's happening, there'd be really rarely any people outside. I wouldn't see a single car driving, not a single person on a horse. The map was kind of lifeless, because there is a map, and during those segments where you're driving alone, those are the segments where the game allows you to free roam if you want to, and they only allow that like a couple of times, because a lot of times you're normally always driving with somebody or following somebody. So the times that they do allow you, it kind of feels pointless, because like I said, unless it's a collectible you're trying to get, there really is no reason to go out and explore. There's nothing going on in the city at all. This game has a huge lack of side content. As I said before, the only thing that you can do is find collectibles. There are no side missions whatsoever, no meaningful optional activities at all. I personally would have liked some like side stories to discover and do. Yeah, it would have added some more length to the game for me. But when the game allows you to explore, I would like to have like something to go out and find, or something to go out and do besides just collectibles. And this game does not give that. It's literally solely main missions and main missions only. Hell, even the horse races and car race that you do, they could have had more of that on the map to give us like opportunity to make some more money, get some unique things for our cars, maybe a paint job or a different kind of saddle or whatever. But they didn't even add that. I would have at least liked something. A part of me kind of feels like they did this because they maybe saw or heard how people were complaining about how repetitive the side content was in Mafia 3. So it was like, okay, we're not going to give them any this time. But just a couple side stories would have been nice. So that is a big bummer for me. Despite its flaws, Mafia the Old Country delivers a strong story, immersive setting, and engaging core gameplay. Its authenticity, voice acting, and presentation carried the experience, even if the AI exploration and lack of side content did hold it back for me just a little bit. The rating that I would give this game is a 8 out of 10. I truly did enjoy the game. I had a good experience in the game. I do recommend this game. If you're someone who doesn't want to spend a long time on a game, if you want just a short story that's only like 11 to 13 hours long, has a really good story and some good gameplay, I feel like this is the kind of game for you. It's only $50 and you can get it on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. So go ahead and pick it up if you're interested. And that is it for our review. I truly hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you made it this far, I'm trying to get back into doing these reviews. I know I haven't done one in a while, like I said before, but I'm trying to also get better with these as well. It's going to take a little bit. I don't do reviews for every single game that I play, but I try to do reviews for certain games. I'm like, I'm truly paying attention and I'm truly invested in the game. So I'm like, you know what, I can do a review for this game. So yeah, but just bear with me as I try to progress and get better with these kind of review style videos. If you guys did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see any more videos from me, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.